Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this wintry Tuesday morning, March 14th. And yes, return back to winter. If we look at the headlines, late snow showers over near the thumb area, and that's part of that storm off the east coast, whipping the winds back around out of the northeast and giving a little bit of lake effect off Lake Huron, and also some residual snow showers. We had some snow showers here in Breckenridge this morning. Altogether, we picked up 3.1 inches of snow, and we'll update the snow totals on that, and we'll have that on tomorrow's report. You can see the extended outlook, though. It looks like near to a little bit above normal temperatures and above normal precipitation here for the 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day outlooks. Although it should be noted here with many of these extended outlooks warmer than normal leading right up to today over the last couple of weeks have been on the bias side towards warmth. We're actually running almost 5 degrees per day below normal. So far a very cold March, and getting a little bit on the snowy side. And our next system could bring a little mixed bag of precipitation as we get into Thursday and Friday. And we'll watch a more important system for early next week. Right now that could be rain or snow, and we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the next several days. Our normals for the day is 42 for a high and 24 for a low. You can see on this date back in 2012, though, 78.3 degrees. And what a stretch of weather we had beginning on this date back then with that record high of 78.3. Look at temperatures in the 70s, even into the upper 80s on the 21st. And just a tremendous spell. We were over 13.4 degrees above normal for the month, and just an absolutely once-in-a-lifetime historic event. Again, and that was also the year that we lost a lot of fruit. And you can see in some of the scenes from Lake Michigan at Holland State Park. This was taken by Heidi Fenton from M Live. And again, this I believe was on March 20th of that year. So extremely warm conditions out there, and something like I've never seen in my lifetime. So quite a month we had back in 2012. As for yesterday around the U.S., the warm spot 100 degrees at Thermal, California. The low spot 20 below zero at Mount Washington, New Hampshire, where they're definitely getting some inclement weather up in the northeastern states. As far as around the MAC area yesterday, you can see temperatures mainly in the 20s and lows in the teens. And again, you can see that nearly 5 degrees below normal per day so far for the month of March. And if we look at conditions out there this morning, you can see temperatures mainly in the mid-teens across the area. You can see the lake effect, or rather the winter weather advisories for snow continuing in the thumb for a while. And again, pretty cold out there this morning. And if we look at the satellite view, you can see the big storm that's getting really wrapped up. Some of that warm air making it into some of the big cities, Philadelphia, Washington, and over towards New York City. You'll be switching over, if you haven't already, to some rain before it ends with snow, but not before a lot of damage is done. They're getting snowfall rates in some of these locations of between 2, 3, and even 4 inches an hour, no doubt with thunder snow around the area as well. If we look at the radar, you can see this morning some of these very, very dark blues near just before the changeover to rain is extremely heavy snowfall rates. Again, 2, 3, 4 inches an hour, and many locations already well over a foot of snow. And again, blizzard warnings, especially for the northeastern part of that blizzard warning, some of them being chopped away at the southwest end of it and across the areas near Long Island. But definitely some very, very heavy snow on continuing right up through Maine here over the next 24 to 36 hours, where some areas could pick up between 20 and 30, maybe 40 inches of snow. If we look at the weather map for this morning, you can see that big coastal storm will move off to the northeast over the next 24 hours. But again, very heavy snow up and down many of the big cities along the east coast, and especially just off to the west and northwest of those areas. And you can see for us just some lake effect, pretty good area of lake effect near the Chicagoland area, maybe to the northwest suburbs, where some areas could pick up 2 to maybe 4 inches of additional snowfall. And if we look at the forecast map by tomorrow, that storm will be well off to the northeast, leaving just some snow, especially to the lee of the Great Lakes and up the St. Lawrence Seaway. And for us, we'll look at our next weather system that'll be developing over the western areas. And by Thursday morning, it's going to begin to spread some mixed precipitation off to our west, and that'll eventually move into the area by Thursday night into Friday. And again, that could be a mixed bag of rain, snow, maybe even some freezing drizzle. I think the best chance of the freezing drizzle, though, is going to be off in Minnesota, western UP, and extreme northern Wisconsin. I think for us, it'll be a rain-snow type situation. And if we look at the accumulations here over the next 72 hours, you can see 20 to 30 inches across much of the northern New England states up into Maine. Again, a very formidable March storm for those areas. And as far as the snowfall in some of the areas north of New York City, you can see up here some of these 20 and 25-inch amounts additional snow as of the 00 Z run here around midnight. And again, so a lot of snow up there if you like winter, and you're certainly going to get a lot of it up in New Hampshire and Vermont and New York and eastern Pennsylvania up into Maine. And if we look at, again, some of the zoomed in areas, we can see some of the actual snowfall amounts printed out just in an extremely large snowstorm there. And you can see over in the Chicagoland area, even some of those areas, again, picking up 2 to maybe even 5 inches of snow, so pretty significant snow for the southern end of Lake Michigan as well. And now on to Weather Watch. You can see the big East Coast storm, blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings, and winter weather advisories for much of the area. Also concerned maybe in some of those areas, freeze warning off into portions of the Tennessee and southern Ohio valleys. That could be some problems there. You can see for the thumb area the winter weather advisory, and then some lake snow advisory and warning areas around into the north of the Chicagoland area. Thanks for stopping by, and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.